It's data day, and it's a meaningful day for so many people. And Chenny, thank you, my friend, for being part of this special day.
Thank you for having me. It's been a wonderful experience last time we met, and I'm hoping this will be a great fit in the community that we are forming here.
I know. And what's crazy about this is this day is about celebrating and being together. And what's beautiful about this is you and I met during COVID. We are new friends, and there was probably still an algorithm that brought us together. But when we met each other, we liked how we thought, and we liked how we think about problems. So on today's day, what do you want to celebrate, or what kind of things we want people to think about?
Yeah, and I start with my tagline, right? In LinkedIn, I have this tagline: progress in healthcare lies at the intersection of innovation and compassion, right? You cannot think that the empathy for the patient, empathy for the consumer can exist without how to change their experience, the way we deliver healthcare, right? And one of the great topics that comes to my mind is the literature out there. There's so much data around us. There's so much data. How many of us are walking away with the knowledge from the data, right? So, as we were discussing earlier, the Times Magazine article 2 years ago, where they came out and said the single best predictor of life expectancy is not your gene, is not your ethnicity, not your healthcare literacy or your education, but it is a zip code. It's a zip code of your address that predicts, and it's the best predictor. And that came out of the NIU team in New York University gathered this data, right? They gathered the data that tells us that if US average life expectancy is 78.6 years, guess what? 50 counties out of 500 counties in US have a life expectancy 20 years lesser than 78.6 years. Right? A great knowledge that came out of that data. Who would have thought when they assembled the data, it's going to lead to that knowledge discovery? Right? So
it's amazing. And these are the questions we want everyone to be thinking about on day to day. New questions to ask. Data is everywhere. Ask new questions. Still be curious. We want to celebrate that curiosity because those questions will lead to new discoveries, and those new discoveries lead to something. And it's part of that journey. I love it.
In healthcare, that means saving lives. A simple, in machine learning, we talk about feature engineering, right? Uncovering the right fields, and we go about securing data and cleaning up. A great example is fall prevention in the elderly adults, people who are in Medicare program. One of the major challenges with hospitalization is the fall. People as age, they tend to get disoriented, and they take a fall that leads to the quality of life, poor quality of life, high expense. But you can predict that fall with right 5 minutes before that using Apple Watch. You can predict that, and you can predict much in advance by doing correlation on number of medication one is taking. If you're taking 15 meds or more, the probability of you're going to take a fall goes up. So all this data gives us that makes us to ask those questions. And it would. Sam, this technical glitch, you went on mute again. So yeah. Can you hear me well?
And we'll pick. But I think you brought up a lot of stuff to celebrate also on this day is healthcare and health awareness, and how these tools are here to save lives.
Yeah.
embrace the technology. We are working our hearts out nights and weekends to build these type of systems to help delight. And I think that's what I want to take away from this day is we started with machine learning to be thankful. I'm going to call my grandma. I'm going to call a loved one because you brought up a nice moment. Like as much as these systems can predict something, how about you call your mom? How about you call a family member?
There you go.
I love it. That's what we're going to sell. It's a long way to make you to call your parent, but yeah. So Chenny, thank you so much for being part of today and every day. It's really good to see you, my friend. And thanks for being part of this.
Same here. And keep doing what you're doing. And I'll be a great supporter. And we'll be looking forward to your success in this program.
Same. And you got a friend in me.